Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Rodriguez and this is your instructional screencast on inferences. You can find this instructional screencast if you go to your main homepage on Schoology, click on Unit 1, Diary of a Worm, and then click Day 1, Lesson 1. Inside this folder, you will find the instructional screencast that will help you complete Activities 1 and Activities 2 for Day 1, Lesson 1. The goals of this instructional screencast is to follow Common Core Standard CCRL23, which is to describe how characters in a story respond to major events and challenges. Your I can objective is I can analyze the text to help me make inferences. For procedure, the purpose of this screencast is to show you how to complete this lesson's activities. You will develop a deeper understanding about making inferences, and you will make inferences on short response questions and a passage. Inferring and character traits are the important vocabulary words that you are going to need for this lesson. Inferring is using the schema, which is information that you already know, and text clues to help you figure out what the author is really trying to tell us. Character traits are adjectives used to describe what the character is like on the inside and out. We can tell by the character's actions, words, and feelings. For inside character traits, it could be that the character is hardworking and determined. Outside traits could be the character has brown hair, blue eyes, they're short. On slide 5, you will find the Smartboard presentation. You're going to click here to access Padlet. Padlet is the home for all of our Diary of a Worm activities that we will be doing. Here is the Inferencing Smartboard presentation day 1. You are going to click on it. It will download. You will open it. You will use this Smartboard presentation to help you learn more about making inferences. It gives you the definition of what inferences are, and it lets you know what inferences are not. Go ahead and read through the Smartboard presentations to help you develop a better understanding of inferencing. It also gives you riddle poems that you can use to help better your understanding of inferencing. On slide 6, this will help us understand more about Activity 1. Activity 1 is inferring what the sentences are talking about, and you are going to write your responses on Padlet. So again, you click here to access your Google Doc, which will be on Padlet, and this is Activity 1. Activity 1 says directions. Add your name to the title. So you're going to come up here and type in your name. This way I know that these are your responses. You're going to answer both questions in complete sentences. So let's take a look at number 1. Number 1 says Jane watched the waves roll in while she made a sandcastle. Well, the first question is, where is Jane? So you're going to answer that in a complete sentence. The next question says, how do you know? So for these questions, how do you know? You need to use text clues to help describe how you know where Jane was. This is Activity 1. For Activity 2, you are going to be reading a short passage. So you're going to click on the link and you're going to find Activity 2 on Padlet. So here's Activity 2. You're going to click on it. And same thing, the directions are very similar. Activity 2 is what can you infer? The first thing I want you to do is come up here and type in your first or last name, doesn't matter, so that I know whose responses these are. Then you're going to answer both questions incompletely. So for the short passage, it can be found right here. You're going to read the short passage and help your brain kind of, while you're reading, make inferences. Next, You're going to fill out the Google Docs Activity 2 form. So, same thing. You can go, you're finding Activity 2, and right here's the passage. If you scroll down, you will find the question that you will be answering. So the question is, what do you think is happening outside? Down here, you're going to finish and write in complete sentences. Then you're going to go back into the text and highlight the evidence that supports your response. So, let's say outdoor is a word that you wanted to highlight to support your response. You highlight it, you pick a color, and now you have your evidence highlighted. Once you have finished this form, you are going to link up with your peanut butter and jelly partner. You guys are going to have a discussion and share your form with your partner. These are 2 questions that I would like you to use as a guide to help you talk with your partner. So for question 1, it says, from the text, what can you infer happened? Question number 2 says, what clues from the story helped you infer what was happening? Your answers do not have to be the same, but make sure your partner's evidence supports their response. And for our wrap up, you are going to be looking at the cover of the story we will be reading, Diary of a Worm. Over here is the cover. You will use what you have learned about inferring to make an inference on what you think this story will be about. So you are going to use Google Form to write your response. Click on the Google Form, and here is where you will fill in your response. So the response must be completed in a complete sentence. And it says, using the cover only, what can you infer this story is going to be about? Right here is where you will fill out your response. The red star next to the question means that this is a required item. When you have finished, you are going to submit it to me. Your response on this Google form will help me assess your understanding of inferences and if you are ready to move on to lesson 2. I hope this helped you be able to complete day 1, lesson 1. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them on our community discussion forum or use one of the other modes of contact information to reach out. Thank you.